Hi everyone, welcome to Sweet Talks, where we bake with your favorite personalities and learn just a little bit more about them. Today's episode is with Chiara King. You may know her from her 2.5 million followers on TikTok or her booming music career. Today, we're going to bake chocolate chip cookies and talk about her journey with her body image, social media, and music. Let's get into it. Hi, Chiara.
Hello.
I am so excited you're here.
I know, all the way from London.
I know.
Into your kitchen.
Like, what serendipitous.
Honestly, crazy.
So today we're making chocolate chip cookies.
My favorite is actually the first thing I learned how to bake when
Really?
I was like 13. Yeah, I mean, I can't cook. Like, you could tell me anything here. I can't cook, but I can bake chocolate chip cookies. That's pretty much the only thing.
Well, I'm ready to make them with you today.
I'm so excited. I feel like mine aren't going to be as good as yours, but it's okay.
No, I'm going to tell you all my tips and tricks. You're going to
Okay.
be like a pro by the end of this.
Okay, right. I'm down.
Okay, perfect. So we have our dry ingredients here. The big
Okay.
one is flour. The small one has baking soda and a little bit of salt in it.
Okay.
So why don't you pour that into the bowl
Okay,
and
cool.
just give it a small little stir.
All of it?
Yeah, all of it.
Okay. Right. Oh my god.
You're doing great so far.
I can't wait to eat them. I don't want to cook them. All of this?
Yes,
powder.
all of it.
Okay. So
And
this
then-
is baking soda and salt.
Baking soda and salt. Yep.
Okay, and then it's just like this.
Perfect. Just a little bit of mix.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. So while you're doing that, I'm bringing over our little mixture of creamed butter and sugar, and I have an egg and some vanilla extract in it. But
Okay.
do you know why we cream the butter and sugar together? Okay.
No.
So you know the traditional cookie, chocolate chip cookie that is just like gooey, thick, like not spread out. That's how you cream the butter and sugar together to get that fluffiness.
Oh, that sounds really nice.
Yeah. So the act of creaming, for people who don't know, is when you mix butter sugar together in a stand mixer or with an electric mixer for about 3 minutes.
Okay.
And it gets lighter in color, and then it also gets like a creamy consistency. So that's how the term creamed comes together.
Okay, learn something new every day.
Yeah, look, you're already a
I'm gonna make
pro.
these in London. I'm
Oh my
gonna send you a text like, look, I made them fluffy. I creamed the butter and sugar.
I'm so stoked for that moment.
I don't even have a whisk, so
Honestly,
I should probably get that.
You can use your hands.
Does it work like that?
I've never done it, but you could
Okay.
tell me.
Okay, I'll let you know, like a fork or something.
Yeah, just like really.
Yeah, bat it in.
Yeah. Okay, so I think now we can
Okay.
pour little by little the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients,
Okay.
and then we'll just fold it with the spatula. So if you want to
Okay.
just put a little bit in,
Okay,
maybe half.
half of it.
Half.
Okay.
You're a little shy, and I understand.
Yeah.
I appreciate
I'm just
it.
like, I just want it to be perfect. I'm a perfectionist.
Me too.
Right.
So I'll take that, and
Okay.
if you just want to like mix it together.
Yeah.
And I personally like mixing it by hand because you don't want to mix it too much
Okay.
for cookie dough. You want it to just come together.
Okay, I'm gonna try and mix it with my hands then.
Oh, go for
I'm
it.
gonna go straight
oh my God,
in there.
Yeah, that's what we like to see.
Oh, it's so soft. It feels great.
Yeah, it's really therapeutic.
Oh my goodness, I can understand why you like baking now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just hate cooking or baking, like anything. I just feel like, 'cause I'm so busy, I never have
Right.
time to just like spend 3 hours making cookies.
I know,
But now I
then,
do.
Now you do.
Yeah.
And now I feel like you're gonna be like, this is my therapy.
Maybe it will change my life.
I think. Am I changing your life?
Maybe.
Oh my God.
Who knows? Cool. Does this look good enough?
That looks good.
So how many does this serve?
So this is gonna make 12 big cookies.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a
Mhm.
lot.
Well, I feel like in England and in America,
Yeah,
very
portion
different.
portion sizes are smaller in London.
Right, because in my mind, I'm like 12. That's not enough, and you're like 12. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So stop. Okay. Best part:
Okay.
chocolate chips.
Amazing.
Are we like big chocolate girl or like a little bit of chocolate girl?
I mean, what do you think? Like enough that's like a good ratio of dough to chocolate?
Probably the whole thing.
The whole thing?
So you're judging me now.
Okay. Okay, right, let's do it all. Let's go. Let's
Okay.
go ham.
I'm gonna eat one. You wanna eat one?
I will absolutely. I'll have like 3 actually.
Wait, let me try and.
Oh yeah.
In your mouth.
Okay, ready?
Wait, just go. Okay. Oh no.
I feel like. Okay, ready?
No.
Wait, let me try for you.
I'm really bad at this.
Well, you were telling me. I was like, way off. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! You open your mouth like really wide. I was like, I've got a clear shot here.
You're
like,
like,
my
oh,
mouth is not that big.
One. Okay. Well, okay, we don't have to pour the whole thing in. You can pour as much as you want.
Okay, I'm gonna put like
halvesies.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now just like do a little mixy mix.
Okay. How do I do this?
Just like that.
Just like that?
Yeah. So this is called folding. If you've
Okay,
ever
so
heard
I'm
of it.
folding it in.
You're literally like, think of it, you're like folding a piece of paper.
Okay.
And that's exactly what it looks like you're doing.
Okay.
So you just like fold it together a little bit until most of the chocolate chips are kind of like incorporated into the dough.
Yeah.
And then we'll spoon them onto a plate. Ooh. Do you want to use ice cream scoop? You want to use your hands?
We can try with an ice cream and then we can try hands and see
Okay.
what's better. I'm gonna take my jacket off
Yeah. Yeah.
so I can get down and dirty.
Yeah. Do you want to do it first? So
Okay.
do you know how to do it?
Okay, so you like put it in.
Yep. Oh, perfect. Yep. And then you put, we're going to line them up, so just put them,
Okay.
and then click it. Bam. Look at how pretty it is.
I really want to eat the cookie dough.
Oh, actually, yeah, just eat it.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Is it edible, but fuck it.
Yeah. We don't care about salmonella.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to put these in the oven.
Love it.
We're going to bake them.
Let's go.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my god.
You did this.
I did that.
You did it.
With your, like, your adult supervision, you know.
You can do this by yourself now. I
Okay.
believe in you. Now.
They smell amazing.
Mmm.
So good.
All right, are you ready to enjoy them?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Wait.
Cheers. Cheers. We made it to the Sweet Talks.
Welcome to Sweet Talks.
We love it.
We made your famous cookies. Like these are, I'm eating Chiara King's cookies.
Well, yeah.
Should we take a bite?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. Mmm.
Wow.
I'm so fluffy.
It's so fluffy, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, exactly.
I could slam 10 of those. You're a true baking genius.
How I did this, I do not know.
I'm proud of you.
I can't believe it. I'm gonna have to go on a baking show now.
I think you could win.
With your supervision, yeah.
What do you make? Cookies.
Yeah.
What else? Just cookies.
Yeah. I can try brownies, but that's about it.
So, tell me what's up. Like, what have you been working on? You're here in LA.
I am.
How is it? How's your time?
Honestly, I've been here 9 days, and it's been crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like it? Is
I
that
love it.
is that how you live your life? Are you a nonstop person?
Yeah. I'm very fast paced, just because like I don't like to sit and overthink things. I'm very much a doer.
Yeah.
And like recently, especially, I've just been wanting to like get my head stuck into work, get my head stuck into like traveling, having fun, meeting new people, working as well, doing my music.
Yeah.
I'm gonna release my next track within the next 2-3 months.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know what it's called? Can you share that or no?
Mm-hmm.
What is it called?
It's called Bird in a Cage. It's quite dark.
Oh, I love it.
But-
Love a good dark moment.
It's like very dark pop.
Okay. What does success look like to you in music?
Doing a world tour.
A world tour?
Yeah.
Wow.
Of my music.
Yeah.
My album or EP, opening for another bigger artist maybe, and then having my own like headline show. I know I dream big,
But that's, why wouldn't you?
yeah.
I think that it's absolutely in the cards for you.
Yeah.
So have you found it difficult? Have you posted about your music?
Mm-hmm.
And have you found success in it with your following?
Mm-hmm.
So no matter what, even though it's not about your boy problems, they're there to support you.
They are.
That's really
Yeah,
good.
I really like, my fans have been like crazy. Like, it's actually really funny because my ex is French. And I don't know if you know the show Too Hot to Handle. Yeah, so I went to Coachella over the weekend. And like, because I'm very like vulnerable with my followers, and I share a lot of my life with my followers. They're very protective of me. And I did a TikTok with this French influencer, Marvin, who won Too Hot to Handle season 2.
Okay.
And just like, he's funny, like he lives in London as well, he's a really nice guy, like really lovely, but he's French. And we posted a TikTok together, and the comments were like, Chiara, not another French guy, walking red flag, Chiara, run. Like, big mistake, Chiara, we cannot have you crying over another French guy.
Right.
So yeah, they're very like protective of me.
I love that.
Yeah, so when I do release the next track, which basically is about, it's called Bird in a Cage, and it talks about me feeling trapped. Like if a trapped bird can't sing, so I felt trapped in the relationship, and I wasn't able to like express myself fully and be myself in the relationship.
Yeah.
A lot of my audience kind of want to know the story, because I haven't really like talked about the actual story of our relationship. I just talked about like the aftermath of me crying about it.
Well, do you want to talk about that? Do you want to give like...
Yeah.
We're not naming names. He doesn't deserve that. He does not deserve that.
He's blocked. Like, he actually blocked me.
Well,
so I blocked him, and then he blocked me. So it's, but yeah, so he like basically was my, in a weird way, kind of my muse for all my content. Not in the good way though.
Yeah.
Not the muse in a good way.
Right.
The muse in a bad way. But it still helped me gain like the platform that I have.
Right.
And I'm gonna have another cookie.
Yeah, please.
Please. Yeah, so we met in Paris like in 2020, so during COVID. And it was like my first love. I'd never been in love before, and like he basically like, he stole my heart.
Right.
And I did steal his too.
Yeah.
It was very mutual. It wasn't like one-sided at all. It was very mutual. But I think towards the end of the relationship, COVID was ending. Reality started to sit back in place. He was living in Canada. It was a long-distance relationship from the start.
Okay.
And it was just very rocky, and like we didn't know if the relationship had a future, and it was making me quite stressed, not knowing what would happen in a relationship tomorrow. And I think that's quite like, when you don't know, when you love someone and you don't know where it's going to go, it's quite unsettling. And then it just kind of like, we broke up, and then we got back together, and then we broke up, and then it just got so toxic towards the end, like so toxic. Like, well, he cheated.
Right.
Literally saw me that morning, went to see another girl, and came back for dinner.
That is such a, oh God, that just boils my blood, because that's such a conscious decision, right? Like, how can you claim to love somebody?
Conscious decision, like, he consciously went out of his way to see another girl.
Right.
And came back to a roast dinner.
Yeah.
That I cooked.
That is unbelievable.
And I don't cook, as I told you.
So you were like, I love you. Which is just, like, that just really hurts me, because clearly, you know, in relationships, I think men and women, but women especially, they question their worth when they're with someone that shows them they love them, quote, love them so much. And when that happens, it's like, well, did I deserve that? What did I do to make this person not love me?
Yeah, like when I found out, I was just like, my heart literally like shattered into a million pieces, and I literally had a panic attack.
Yeah.
And he was the one comforting me, like, which is really messed up, because he's the one who caused that panic attack, and he was the one who was hugging. It's like, at the end of the day, like, I loved him like so much that I didn't want to lose him.
So you're mentioning that you're working on yourself, you know, you're not waking up with anxiety anymore.
No.
Is that something that you've dealt with in the past, anxiety and stuff like that?
Yeah. I mean, like, actually, one of my best friends from school, she got really bad anxiety when we were like 15, 16. And I was like, oh, she's just like seeking for attention. Like, you know, because like, I think back then, even like 6-7 years ago, we weren't as conscious of anxiety as we are nowadays.
Yeah.
And then when I started feeling it, which was like 3 years ago, and even more so when I got into my last relationship, because it was a very backwards and forwards relationship, so I was constantly anxious from the very beginning of the relationship. I like didn't know what he was thinking. And in a way, I don't know if that was love, because I was like constantly like anxious about like, does he like love me, does he like me, does he want me, this is this, instead of like actually building that healthy root connection. But anyways, anxiety for me, it was very tough in the past like 2 years. Not social anxiety, I'm a very social person, but in terms of like relationships, like I was waking up every morning with like knots in my stomach. Like if he didn't message me, because we did long distance, so I'd be worrying if he was like cheating on me, because he was also in Canada, and then he was obviously probably worrying about me too. So it was just like fueled with anxiety. And now that that's finished, don't get me wrong, I still get it, but not as half as much as I used to. Like I used to get like jabbing pains like in my stomach, and that would not go. It would not go for a wave for like an hour. 2 hours.
I totally get that, and that's no way to live your life.
And I think confidence actually is so attractive. Like you can be so gorgeous, but if you're not like confident in yourself, it's not as like magnetic as like someone who's just like normal, but like they love themselves.
So I could totally see why you just feel liberated, and like it gives you a clearer path as to like your path forward. It just makes, it makes it a lot easier to focus on those things. And
focus on me and what I want to do. And like, I've got a PT now. Like I'm in London, I'm training like 4 times a week, which is like, never, you'd like spoken to me like 2 years ago, you'd have been like, are you crazy? And I'm like in the gym 4 times a week.
I love that.
Even hungover after a night out, I'm like, I'm there. And my PT is great. I'm also going to therapy, which is like really helping me. So like, I'm doing all the steps that I can to help myself. So hopefully like the future me will thank me and be like, instead of like going out partying, and which I am doing as well, but like instead of like basically self-destructing, I'm trying to just like channel my focus somewhere like productive, which is work.
Right. And like obviously helping yourself internally, so your mind and your body. And so going off of the fact that you work out, we talked the other day about body image issues. Is that helping you? Like, what has been your journey with body image?
Well, when I was like 13 or 14, I think that's when Instagram first started, and hence why we have the cookies here. So I used to bake chocolate chip cookies on like my cheat days when I was like 13. I was so young.
I get it.
That's not normal. So like I would see Victoria's Secret angels on Instagram and be like, I want to look like them. Bear in mind, I was just like this, like I was slim. I was really slim, like even slimmer then. I was 13. So I would like run every day without fail. And I'd get really angry if someone made plans in the time that I was running. So this was not very healthy. I wasn't eating. I didn't have bulimia or anything, but I definitely had body dysmorphia. Like I'd look in the mirror and think I was fat. And I was running like every day for at least half an hour. I was really strict with my diet. I just was like not in a good space mentally because I was just so focused on how I looked. And then over the years, like I started doing yoga. I did my yoga teacher training, so I'm actually a qualified yoga teacher.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yes, I did that when I was 17.
Wow.
Yes, I started practicing yoga when I was 14 to get me out of that. My mum was like, you have to go to yoga. Like, this is going to be good for your mind. So I did that, got addicted to yoga, did my teacher training, and then I hit 18 and started going clubbing and forgot about yoga. And I was like, time to drink now. And then actually, funnily enough, the one thing that my past relationship did give me is actually like accepting myself for who I am, which is like easy to say because it's like, oh, but you're like a good looking girl, of course, like it should be easy. But like I have so many like model friends that are so not happy with the way they look. And for like the last 2 years, I'd say, when I got in my relationship with my ex, like he literally told me every day, like, you are so gorgeous, like you are beautiful the way you are. Like he was even telling me like, you need to gain weight because you've lost weight, like you need to eat something, like eat more. And I'd never been told that before, and I'd been in previous relationships where they were telling me to stop eating like sweets.
Do you feel like our society is is trending more to body positivity, or do you think we still struggle with the image of beauty?
Definitely less so, I think, than before. I mean, I even like going off my mom, like she was doing crazy yo-yo dieting. I think there's less yo-yo dieting nowadays than there used to be. I mean, just watching my mum when I was younger, like she just wouldn't eat just to look good.
Yeah.
And that was pretty normal back then.
Yeah.
Just like not eating. Nowadays, I don't really know any girls, at least in my circle, in my group. Maybe because like you attract what you are, like your vibe attracts your tribe. Like I don't have any friends that have issues with like not eating or anything. Well, at least that's, in my life right now, like I don't have anyone who's suffering like as bad as like what I would see my mum go through, which she'd do yo-yo diets. So like she'd be like, oh, there's this new fad, it's like the paleo diet, I'm going to do that for a month, and then it fails. Right. And it's like, okay, there's the low carb diet, let's try that. I feel like it was a lot of yo-yo dieting trends back in the early 2000s, which I don't think is anymore. I think now we're actually more like health conscious, like vegan and stuff.
Sure.
But I do also know like social media and like all of that body image stuff like has an impact on young women.
Absolutely.
And men.
Yeah. And so that's actually a good point to go back to. So you were with your boyfriend, but you had started social media before that even. And so you found confidence halfway through your social media journey. So what was it like being, finding success in social media, but dealing with body image issues and body dysmorphia?
So I came out of the body dysmorphia when I did yoga.
Okay.
So I was 17, 18 when I started coming out of it. I stopped like binge eating when I was about, I'd say 20. But I wasn't really focusing on social media that much then. So I didn't have the whole like doing social media and having body dysmorphia. I think at that point I was pretty like mentally like stable in terms of body image.
Do you compare yourself though on social media?
In terms of looks?
In terms of, I guess, anything. I mean, we were talking previously about comparison being the thief of joy.
100%.
And that goes for everything in life. So with you having success on social media and doing music, do you suffer from that too? Do you compare yourself?
Oh yeah, every day. Like, but it's actually used to be over looks, and now it's over followers.
Really?
Yeah.
So wait, walk me through that. What does that mean?
So like, for example, like when I hit 2 million, I was like, okay, like when am I gonna hit 2.5? Okay, when am I gonna hit 3? It was never like, I'm so grateful for like having hit 2 million. It will be like, oh yeah, but she hit 3 million in like a shorter amount of time than I did. Like, what am I doing wrong and she's doing right? And then, you kind of just, every time I catch myself thinking like that, I have to step back and be like, hold up, look how much I've achieved already in this very short space of time. There's just so much to be grateful for now. And like, the more I'm grateful for what I have now, actually, the more easy and accessible success is. Like, the more easily success comes, because like when you're positive, you attract positivity.
It's interesting because we feel the happiness, right, at a level 4, let's say, but we feel the negative and the sad at a level 200. And I think that goes for most people. And I don't know if you trend negative, if you're more like, if it's easy for you to be like, why didn't I do this and why didn't I get this, because I'm like that. It's very easy for me to be like, well, let me counter what you just said with something negative. So if you can go on that positive, grateful route. The best statement ever given to me is the line between failure and success is this big, that you can be right there, and if you give up, it was one away. And I think that
it's like the moment you're about to give up is when it happens. So yeah, but I still do compare myself to other influencers. I'm like, oh my god, wait, they have like 5 million followers. Okay, but like, let's look at their engagement rate. Okay, I have more views than them. But it's like, okay, no, but then I have to stop myself again and be like, I'm thinking with my ego.
Right.
I'm not better than that person just because I have a higher engagement rate. And I'm like, yeah, I have a higher engagement rate. I'm like, what does that change?
Right.
Really, what does it change? Nothing.
Yeah.
nothing.
Right, because when
Comparing
you strip it
changes
down,
nothing.
right, because when you strip it down, you're human, they're human. So as people, are we better than others?
No.
And the answer is no.
And if we do think that we are, then that's just your ego talking.
And you're probably a terrible person if you actually feel like that.
Yeah, that's why it might be like hard living in LA. Maybe I don't live here. I'm just visiting, but I'd like to move here one day, and I want to see how people like communicate with each other and how this different world works and intertwines. And I find it like psychologically quite interesting.
It is certainly. It's
like
its
seeing
own
from the outside.
It's its own mecca. It's its own lifestyle. You know, when you see LA, when you hear LA, if you live here and are not in the industry, people are like, what?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
And so it is there's certain circles, there's things always to do. But I think it is kind of a reality not many people see or get to be a part of. And I don't know it. I don't know what it's like.
Yeah, I mean, like when I first was like even had the thought of going to LA, I always said to people, because I'm like the opposite of LA, I'm very much like, I don't really care how many followers you have, because I got to where I got to just literally like sitting in my room with my face in a camera. I don't need to social climb. I don't need to kiss your ass. I don't need to be like, let's do a collab, like be my friend. No, I don't care. Like, I have my friends. None of my friends have social media. I'm not in that crowd. Like, I don't need to be, and I don't really want to be unless you're genuine.
Sure.
Like, I'm not hating against influencers at all, but like the whole social climbing thing is not my thing. So then I was like, I never want to live in LA ever in my whole life, because people are fake. It's a scary world out there. Things could go wrong. Who knows? Just like not a place I want to be. But, you know, I actually did come here and met really nice people.
Right.
And I was like really shocked, but maybe I just got lucky.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're bound in life to meet people who suck and who are great. I think that it's just
everywhere.
It's everywhere. It's not just in the business. It's not just in LA. And I think with your mentality of positivity, surrounding yourself with the good people, because there's certainly individuals on social media, again, also in life in general, who struggle with a lot of body dysmorphia or other things, or get into negative things, drugs, alcohol, whatever it is. And if you don't surround yourself with those types of people, you're not going to attract it. And I think that you coming with an open mind to LA, like, you're going to have amazing opportunities. And if you're just here like, hey, I'm just here for a good time. Like, you're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
And I think that you have met a lot of peers, right? Like, I think there's a difference between you coming and maybe someone who's just starting.
Exactly.
And they're saying, I need to do anything to get to where I need to be.
Yeah, I'm not coming, like, desperate, basically. I'm not like, I need to, like, make my way to... I'm just like, if it happens, it happens. I'm not going to force any doors to open. I'm going to knock on a door. If it wants to open, I'll walk through it.
Right.
But I'm not going to be banging on the door.
Right.
Because it's also in kind of like a chasing energy. When you start chasing something, it runs away. Whereas when you just like allow it and let it go, usually it comes to you. 3 years ago, thinking about signing a record label deal, I would have like cried and been like, oh my God. And I sat there signing and I was like, fuck, this is kind of depressing that I'm not feeling anything.
Right. Which was kind of it was a sign. It was the sign, and it just shows that, you know, first you can do it, you're doing better on your own. So for you personally, it wasn't the right move.
It wasn't even that. It was just like, when you do reach that goal,
right,
it doesn't feel like a big victory, because like at the end of the day, you're going to then find another goal.
Right.
So it is the journey, really. That's the enjoying the journey, I think, is the most like important, I think. I'm just like,
have you just recently started to have that mentality? Like,
I've always had it. Yeah, my mum's instilled it in my brain. Like, my mum like showed me The Secret. I don't know if you know The Secret.
Yes.
When I was 7.
Oh my God, I love it.
I was 7 though.
Like, but that's a little early.
I was really young. Like, she was like, manifest a bike, like like a bicycle, and I'd be like that, like powers.
I need a bike, and like Christmas comes, and it's like, oh my God, a bike.
Yeah. Yeah, literally. So I've been like, and especially with yoga, it's very spiritual as well. I think everything in my life that's happened, even like the body dysmorphia, like I'm grateful for it, because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have gone to yoga. And if it wasn't for yoga, I wouldn't have like achieved other things in life and kept that mindset without me. Even though I don't practice yoga now as much as I'd like to, the mindset and the teachings that I got from the course and just practicing, I'll take that with me every day. Like I journal every day. I do my gratitudes every day.
I think that's awesome. And I think that the spirituality of it is just, it's moving, right? Like being able to, I guess, attract things.
Yeah.
It's almost like seeing the vibrations of the world and being like, yes, like if you have that positive mindset, you know, nothing can stop you. Because I feel like I always envision a wall, like in your mind. If you aren't allowing the law of attraction, right? If you're not allowing these lovely things to come to you, it's like just, I feel this wall. And the minute
it's the same with love.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to allow love to come to you. Like I know friends that they get so closed off after their heartbreak, and I'm not saying I'm closed off at all. I don't want to be closed off, because I also know other people, they got out of horrible relationships and 3 months later they met their husband. They met their soulmate. Like, I think it's important to, like, as much as it's painful, like, allow the love still back into your life. And it doesn't even have to be, like, romantic love. It can be friendship love. Right. It can be family love. It can be animal love. It can be any love. Nature. Like, love is everywhere. Love is all around. And I think it's just, like, allowing all of that into your life.
To love. You said that you're open to it.
I am.
What are you looking for? For everyone who is asking and wondering.
Honestly, someone who is spiritual, I'd say, who's very career driven like me. Because I do find, like, I have found in the past that guys feel a little bit intimidated by me and my career, because I'm very, like, career strong. I found, like, sometimes I'm the more successful one in that moment in time, and they get a little bit intimidated. But I'd like to be with someone who's as career driven as me, who has, like, who's also kind of entrepreneurial as well, who, like, works for himself, like I work for myself, who loves traveling as well, who's very well traveled, like, loves culture, preferably tall, because I'm really tall.
You are tall.
Yeah. I mean, like, if they're short and, like, I love their personality, fine. But, like, preferably tall. Tall, dark, and handsome. Blonde's fine, too. Honestly, looks-wise, I'm not picky.
Yeah.
But it's more about the mind. Someone who's been non-judgmental. I hate being judged. I hate it. I get enough of that on social media.
Right.
When I come home, I want to feel not judged at all. Like, at all, I want to be loved for who I am. I want to be accepted for all my flaws. I want to be accepted for the ugly, the good, the ugly, the bad, everything. And that's really what I value in a relation, like, my future relationship. Someone who, like, really doesn't judge me.
Yeah. Which I think is very valuable.
Like, that relationship taught me now for the next one what I don't want. And, yeah, until, like, that guy comes along, and I'm not going to wait around for him. I'm just going to do my thing.
Right.
Until he comes, I'm just going to focus on me.
Yeah. Chiara, it's been so fun talking to you. I just adore you beyond words.
Me too. I had the best time, honestly. It feels like therapy.
Yes.
Over cookies and coffee.
Yeah. Just a little bit of baking, a little bit of fun in the kitchen, and a lot of bit of mental health talk. All right, well, cheers.
Cheers.